This is the third year, Marcus, of Shift Happens. Can you tell us a little bit about what the event is and what's happened in the two previous years?
It's an event where speakers come together and people come together to listen to the speakers and do workshops and run events. They look at arts and look at technology and look at the shifts that are happening in the digital landscape. So it's looking at innovation, it's looking at creativity, it's looking at people having conversations and developing those conversations around what they think is important. It's trying to make sense of it. No one knows where this stuff's going. We're all working in it together, and what we're talking about here is how we try and make sense of it and try and make some things that we can go, that'll work really well. So it's an opportunity for people to come together, incredible thinkers and minds, come and get involved in Shift Happens, because it's that we can make Shift happen because people make Shift happen. Technology doesn't make Shift happen, people using the technology does.
And how can the residents of York or the members of the public, how can they get involved with Shift Happens?
Well, they can get involved in a number of ways. There are a number of online resources that we have that people can download and have a look at some of the videos of people talking. They can buy a ticket and come along. I mean, obviously, it's open to everybody. This is not an exclusive event. This is an event that's open to anybody who's interested in coming along to a conference which people want to talk about some new stuff. So we happen to be doing it in York, so you haven't got to travel all the way to London or all the way to somewhere else. We're doing it here in the city, in the region, and we're proud to do that as Pilot at Theatre Royal, and we're really delighted with it.
And what do you hope anybody who comes along to take part in Shift Happens, what do you hope their experience is, what they get out of taking part?
They will go away and start to make their own shift start to happen and start to generate some networks, some creativity, start to build some positive energy that they can start to make some changes and start to make some things happen and start to not be afraid of the technology and start to grapple with it and start to work with it and make it work for them and see the possibilities and the opportunities that the digital landscape and the shifts that are happening. You know, whether that's the way they want to look at music or look at their communications or the way they want to work in their businesses, about how they communicate with their teams or how they communicate with their remote workers. How people can learn and share is what this is about. So come and get some ideas, share some ideas, learn some new stuff.
And kind of with the element of interactivity and user involvement that Shift Happens is kind of centred on, will anybody kind of who's listening in any part of the world be able to get involved through their computers, through an internet connection?
Like tonight, we've live streamed on pilot-theatre.tv, although we thought we broke the internet at some point, but actually we managed to keep it going, thankfully. I actually sent out a tweet going, can everyone just breathe in for a minute, because we're having problems with the internet. And thankfully they all did, because we managed to live stream. So we'll be live streaming the event, there'll be an archive of material, we'll be making lots of stuff happen. So yeah, of course they can. Come and join us, get involved, send a message, whatever. You know, we're here, we're open for business.
Now, Shift Happens is just a facet of the kind of educational and outreach work that the Pilot Theatre is involved with throughout the year in York. Can you tell us a little bit about what other events are coming up for Pilot Theatre this year, for example, productions or open workshops?
We're doing, in fact, someone's running some workshops this week at the theatre, but we've got a show that's opening in 2 weeks' time. It's called The Fever Chart, which we made last year. That's going again, that's going to go and then open in the West End. But we're rehearsing it up here in York. We've got a new programme of work which is happening at the Theatre Royal in the studio in May, and it's called, one's called Catcher. We're doing 5 new productions. One is a production with Joseph Rowntree School, one is a production with Manor School, one is a production that we're going to take to Portugal for a European project, one is a new play by Richard Herford, and one is a play that I've been directing in Argentina, which I'm going to go and direct in Argentina, and bring the Argentinian actors back from Buenos Aires to perform in York in Spanish. What's not to like?
It's certainly a very varied menu of things to come. Marcus, the best of luck for the year ahead, and thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much indeed.